Today we are diving into a geopolitical storm that's shaking things up. Turkey's role in India-Pakistan conflict. Yes, you heard that right. Turkey, a country thousands of miles away, is picking sides and it's not looking good for them. From supporting Pakistan with drones to facing a massive boycott from India, Turkey's actions are costing it big time, economically and diplomatically. So why is Turkey making these risky moves? How did a once promising nation spiral into economic chaos? And what can India do about it? Stick around because this is a story of bad decisions, broken economies, and a lesson for us all. Let's set the stage. The India-Pakistan conflict, particularly over Kashmir, is one of the world's longest-running disputes. Enter Turkey, a NATO member and a country straddling Europe and Asia, openly siding with Pakistan. Reports from 2021 and 2022, like those from the Times of India and Hindustan Times, confirm Turkey has supplied Pakistan with Bayraktar TB2 drones, game changers in modern warfare. These drones were reportedly used in conflict zones, raising eyebrows in New Delhi. Turkey's even sent warships to Pakistani ports, signaling military support as noted in a 2023 India Today article. But here's the catch. Turkey is not just selling weapons. In 2019, during India's Balakot airstrike, 2 Turkish drone operators were reportedly killed. This suggests Turkey's involvement goes beyond arms deal. They're training personnel to target India. Why would Turkey, a country with no direct stake in South Asia, dive into this mess? It's all about geopolitics and a leader desperate to flex his muscles. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the president of Turkey. Well, this isn't sitting well with Indians. Social media platforms like X are buzzing with boycott Turkey trends. Major travel platforms, as reported by the Travel Weekly in 2024, show a 30% drop in bookings to Turkey from India. People are cancelling trips, boycotting Turkish goods, and saying, "We don't want Turkey's Apple or their drones." And honestly, can you blame them? Turkey's actions feel like a betrayal, especially when you remember India's goodwill during Turkey's 2023 earthquake. Under Operation Dost, India sent medical teams and aid, saving lives as documented by The Hindu. Yet, Turkey's response? Back Pakistan and provoke India. That's a bold move and a risky one. Now let's talk about why Turkey's gamble is backfiring, starting with its economy. Once a rising star, Turkey's economy is now a cautionary tale. In 2014, $1 equaled about 2 Turkish lira. Fast forward to 2025 and it's 38 lira now. That's a 90% drop in value over a decade. Inflation hit 75% in 2024, making everyday goods unaffordable. A loaf of bread that cost 5 lira in 2020, it's 50 lira today. What happened? 3 words: Erdogan's economic blunders. When Erdogan became president in 2014, he didn't just lead, he tried to control everything like an Ottoman sultan. His biggest mistake? Meddling with the central bank. In Economics 101, when inflation spikes, central banks raise interest rates to cool demand. It's like pressing the brakes on a speeding car. But Erdogan, driven by his belief that high interest rates are haram in Islam, forced the central bank to lower rates. This is like flooring the gas pedals when the car's already out of control. The result? Hyperinflation. A 2024 Bloomberg report notes that Turkish citizens are struggling to buy basics like food and fuel. Foreign investors who once saw Turkey as a gold mine after the 2008 financial crisis are fleeing. Data from Turkey's central bank shows $13.5 billion in foreign investments pulled out since 2016. Why? No one trusts the lira or Erdogan's leadership. His refusal to follow basic economic logic has turned Turkey into a geopolitical pariah with crumbling economy. Now, to understand Turkey's fall, let's look at its rise. Turkey wasn't always a mess. It had 3 things going for it: location, history, and timing. Geographically, Turkey is a bridge between Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. It's a trade hub hosting Russia-Ukraine peace talks in 2022. Historically, the Ottoman Empire, which ruled from 1299 to 1923, was a global powerhouse. And economically, Turkey thrived post-2008. With Europe and the US slashing interest rates to near zero, investors poured money into Turkey's growing market, as noted in a 2013 Financial Times analysis. From 2000 to 2013, Turkey's GDP grew steadily, making it one of the fastest growing economies according to the World Bank. It was even on the verge of joining the European Union. But then, Erdogan's policies took over. His authoritarian moves like jailing journalists and firing 150,000 public servants after a 2016 coup attempt scared off the EU. Turkey's European Union bid stalled, and with it, access to the euro and economic stability. Erdogan's dream of copying China's export driven growth also flopped. China devalued its yuan to boost exports, but Turkey's economy isn't export based. Its current account deficit, where imports exceeds exports, means a weaker lira just makes imports pricier. Erdogan's copy-paste strategy ignored Turkey's reality, sinking the economy further. So how does Erdogan keep power despite this mess? Distraction. His positioning Turkey as the leader of the Muslim world, meddling in conflicts to rally support. Supporting Pakistan against India is part of this. By backing a Muslim majority nation, Erdogan hopes to win hearts at home and abroad, even if it means alienating India, a rising global power. His speeches like one in 2020 reported by the TRT World emphasize standing by our Pakistani brothers. But this is a losing bet. India's economy is booming with a 2025 GDP growth projection of 6.5 per the IMF, Turkey's barely 3%. By picking Pakistan, a nation struggling with debt and instability, Turkey's burning bridges with a potential ally. And for what? A fleeting image of being a global Islamic leader. Erdogan's distractions can't hide the truth. Turkey's economy is collapsing and its foreign policy is isolating it. Here's where India comes in. Turkey's tourism industry, which earned $61 billion in 2024, relies heavily on visitors. Indians love Turkey's hot air balloons and historic sites, but it's time to rethink that. Why fund a country that supports our adversary? I was planning a trip to Cappadocia myself, but not anymore. My money won't go to a nation arming Pakistan against us. Now let's hit Turkey where it hurts, their wallet. Boycott Turkish tourism's goods and brands. Share posts with Boycott Turkey on X to spread the word. Instead, explore India's stunning destinations, Ladakh, Kerala or Andamans. If you must travel abroad, try Greece or Georgia, which offer similar vibes without the baggage. Every rupee you don't spend in Turkey is a message. India won't tolerate betrayal. Turkey's story is a lesson in how bad leadership and reckless geopolitics can ruin a nation. Erdogan's obsession with power and distraction has tanked Turkey's economy and isolated it globally. India, on the other hand, is rising economically, diplomatically, and morally. Let's protect that future by standing united. Drop a bye-bye Turkey in the comments, subscribe for more geopolitical insights, and share this video with your friends. India always comes first.